Robot won. Not almost won. Not came close. He took over the entire planet, neutralized every superhero who could stop him, and ran Earth better than anyone before him, by the numbers. And Mark Grayson punched him into a jar. So here's the question nobody wants to sit with. What if Mark was the one who got it wrong? Because Robot didn't snap. He didn't go mad with power. He executed a 20-year plan built from a single coherent philosophy, and that philosophy is one a lot of people quietly agree with more than they want to admit. So before you write him off, let's actually engage with it. Most people know the twist. Robot isn't a robot. His name is Rudolph Connors. Rudy, and he was born with a genetic condition so severe that open air would kill him within minutes. His entire life was spent inside a fluid-filled pod. His parents couldn't afford to keep him. The state took him, not to raise him, to study him. What they found was a kid who, at age 2, redesigned his own life support equipment. At 2. So Rudy builds remote-controlled robot bodies, proxy machines he can inhabit from inside the pod. He makes money, builds influence, becomes a superhero. All of it remote, all of it through glass. Here's what that actually does to a person. You spend your entire life observing humanity from the outside. You never feel the emotions that cloud other people's judgment. You just watch, you catalog, you run the numbers, and the numbers are not flattering. People vote based on charisma. They protect systems that don't work because change is uncomfortable. They form attachments that compromise their judgment, and they die by the millions because the people in charge weren't clear-headed enough to stop it. Rudy files all of this away, and he starts building a conclusion. The moment that defines Rudy isn't the coup, it's earlier, quieter, and most people blow past it. He kills himself. His original body, he developed feelings for Amanda, monster girl, but his pod body couldn't support a normal life. So he commissioned the Mauler twins, supervillains, to clone him a new body using Rexplode's DNA, without Rex's consent. He transferred his consciousness into the clone, then he disconnected the tubes and let his original body die. He sat with the empty pod for a moment, then moved on. That moment is the blueprint for everything that follows. Rudy identified a problem. He engineered a solution. The solution required breaking laws, betraying trust, and ending a life. Technically his own, but still. He did it without hesitation. No prolonged crisis, no spiral. Most people have moral breaks, internal friction that slows them down when a decision feels wrong. Rudy either doesn't have them, or he's learned to override them. That's not psychopathy. It's something more dangerous than that. It's conviction. Here's where Rudy stops theorizing and starts proving his point. When he and Amanda get stranded in the Flaxan dimension, where time runs faster, they end up ruling the entire Flaxan civilization for roughly 500 years of Flaxan time. Under Rudy's governance, the invasions stop. The society stabilizes. It works. Then Amanda has an affair, she tells him, and Rudy goes silent. Not angry, not explosive, silent. That silence matters because Rudy doesn't process betrayal like a normal person. He processes it like data, and what the data tells him is the same thing his entire life has been telling him. People, even the ones you trust most, cannot be relied upon to make good decisions. When they return to Earth, Rudy has a new thought crystallizing. He governed a civilization for 5 centuries. It worked, he kept people safe, he did what no democracy, no committee, no hero team ever managed. So why not here? What Rudy believes has a name. It's 2,400 years old, and it comes from Plato. In the Republic, Plato asked who should govern. His answer, the person most qualified to govern, not the most popular, not the one voted in by a majority, the one with the knowledge, the wisdom, and the long-term vision to actually run things well. He called it the Philosopher King. His analogy, you wouldn't let a ship be steered by a popularity contest. You'd want the person who actually knows navigation. So why should civilization be any different? Rudy Connors is the living version of this argument. He's not claiming the throne out of ego, he's claiming it out of resume. He ran a society for 500 years. He sees 10 moves ahead while everyone else is still reacting. By Plato's own criteria, he qualifies. The problem, which Plato knew, which history has confirmed, is that most qualified is a judgment someone has to make. And if the person making that call is also the person claiming the title, you've built a tyranny with a philosophy degree stapled to the front. But Rudy's world produces results. So the question shifts. Does it matter if the method is unjust, if the outcome is better? Issue 111, one night. His drones move simultaneously across Earth, neutralizing every threat. Heroes, villains, anyone who could push back. Then he walks into Cecil Stedman's office and slits his throat. Cecil, the man who built Earth's entire defense infrastructure. Rudy's handler. And here's the brutal irony the comic wants you to sit with. Cecil spent the entire series doing exactly what Rudy just did. Manipulating heroes, running covert ops, authorizing morally questionable decisions for the bigger picture. His whole leadership model was utilitarian. He just called himself one of the good guys. So who's the villain? The man who did it openly with a plan and better results? Or the man who did it quietly for years while wearing a suit? After the takeover, by almost every measurable metric, Earth is safer. Supervillain activity collapses. War slows. The numbers are better. He just killed a lot of people to get there. Here's my honest answer. He was the most consistent character in the series. His philosophy never wavered. His logic never contradicted itself. He built something that worked. But Mark Grayson's defining quality isn't strength. It's that he keeps asking whether what he's doing is right. Not just effective, he makes mistakes. He doubts. He listens. He never stops treating people as people instead of variables. Rudy treated everyone, including himself, as a resource to be optimized. That one difference is the line between a ruler and a tyrant. The most unsettling thing about Robot isn't that he's wrong. It's that his logic is seductive. That somewhere in the back of your head, while he's explaining himself, part of you nods. And that's the real point of his story. Invincible isn't just asking, can a hero be morally gray? It's asking something harder. What makes someone a hero at all? And who gets to decide? Drop it in the comments. Was Robot wrong? Or did he just do what no one else had the stomach for? The Grand Regent Thrag demands your subscription.